Hello and welcome to today's video. I apologize, but today we will not be in the barn. We are experiencing some nasty Michigan spring weather. It's blowing and it's snowing and it is not fun to be outside. So we are going to be doing a little bit of chatting today. I am here with my adorable little puppy, Cinder. And so she's going to join me today and keep me company while I chat. So she's going to be right here on my lap. So today I want to talk with you about a few different things. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Brandy and this channel is all about horses and my personal journey with horsemanship. So if you want to learn more about horses or you just really enjoy horses, then you can start by hitting that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Today is actually day 16 of what I am calling the Corona Chronicles. And basically, we've been doing a live video every single day since this whole COVID-19 sort of changed our worlds. So we are bringing the barn to you, basically. And I've been having so much fun. And you guys have been so kind. And I do want to thank everybody for all your kind words with the passing of Miss Kitty. I know that came as a shock to a lot of people. So I really appreciate everything. So, all right. So at the end of this video, or towards the end after I get through a couple things, I'm going to answer questions, just random questions. Whatever you send me, I will answer. So now this is a live video, so if you're watching this after the fact, you can turn on the chat right below the video and you can see what everybody was saying. So I'm going to go ahead and say hello to some people as they come in. It's pretty cool for me to get to watch all the different countries and such that everybody's tuning in from. So hello France, thanks for joining today. And so if you guys want to just shoot some messages at me, let me know where you're from. I really love to see it. So always fun to watch where everybody's tuning in from. Hello, Michigan, my fellow Michigander. Hello, Australia, Indiana, Maine, North Carolina. It's awesome. Connecticut, Virginia. Wow, it's going so fast I can't keep up. Vegas, Virginia, Ohio, super cool, all over the place, guys. Yeah, I saw somebody, hello Germany, I saw somebody commented that all of our hair is getting rather tired looking, and oh my gosh, seriously guys, I've got a mullet, I'm rocking a mullet right now. I need a haircut so bad, and I'm really regretting canceling my haircut right before all this happened, so I'm just gonna wait till I can put it in a ponytail. Or I'm just gonna, maybe I'll let my kids shave my head. I don't know, I'm kind of over it. So, all right, let me get through what I need to go over, and then we can carry on into a whole bunch of questions, okay? And I'm gonna be getting distracted by this adorable little puppy that is right next to me, so I can't help it. Edie, you shaved yours to 1/4 inch. I don't know. I think I might want to like just take it all off. I'll just go right down to nothing. I could do that. That might make for a good video. Should I do that? Should I do a video of I let my kids shave my head? They could do my husband's too. He just shaved his the other night. So, okay. Now, I want to go over a few things that I'm going to change with my channel. Nothing major, but I've been thinking a lot, and I'm trying to kind of streamline some stuff because this is going to be going on for quite some time, I think. So something that I'm working on are channel memberships, and I want to tell you guys just a smidgen about channel memberships because it's come up a lot with a lot of different people. I apologize if my camera is shaking at all. I actually have my tripod sitting on a tote on my bed, so every time I move, it jiggles. I'm sorry. But, okay, channel memberships. Basically how this works is once I have membership set up on my channel, there would be a little join button by the subscribe button, and you would click on that and it would take you through the prompts as to how to become a member. But it would be a minimal monthly fee to do channel memberships, and I have 3 different things in mind that I want to offer. And before I get, because I kind of have to dive into all this, it's going to take me a while to get it all figured out, but I want some feedback on it. So if you guys could please shoot me an email, that would be really great, or leave a comment down in the down below this video. That would work out really well too. And my email is listed in the description. So also, guys, if you want to email me your story, tell me a little bit about yourself, send me a picture of your horse. I love reading all that stuff. So anytime, don't hesitate to shoot me an email and tell me a little bit about yourself. I appreciate that. So, but with the channel memberships, I have 3 ideas. So the first idea is members could send me a link of say a video of them working with their horse or riding or whatever. I would download the video and then do a voiceover, so it basically be like a lesson, and then I would upload it into onto my channel, and it would be only viewed by channel members. So basically it would be a lesson. So there's that option right there, and only members would get to see it. So it's not like everybody on YouTube would get to see that, but that would give us all a little bit of a look at, you know, problems that other people are having with their horses, and see what I would maybe do a little bit differently. So that is one option to memberships, okay? And then the second thing is we would do probably a fairly regular, maybe weekly, members only live video. And you guys would choose what we would talk about in that. And then I would also include videos of step-by-step training. So a lot of people have asked me to offer those, but I have to tell you guys that the training videos really don't go over very big. So it takes me a lot of time to do those and to get them out there, and they just kind of get lost, and people don't really see them, and they're not as popular because a lot of people want to just watch, you know, like the daily interactions with horses and that sort of stuff. But I would love to say, Manzer is a perfect example. Taking Manzer and going through, not just showing you guys like what I'm doing with him, but showing you the step-by-step how I got from point A to point B and how I got the results that you're seeing. Nothing would really change with how I'm currently doing things. These Corona Chronicles that I call them right now, the daily live stream, those will change once life kind of gets back to normal, because I can't maintain doing this much year round. I can't. Since I don't have any students coming to my barn, it's not a big deal. It's kind of taking the place of that. So it's easy for me to do it now, but eventually things are going to change and I'm not going to be offering these. But you're still going to get the same type of content that I've been putting out there. All that's going to be the same. So, and I'll still show you, okay, you know, here's some things that I'm going to do today and different riding videos and me working with my horses, but it won't necessarily be like a breakdown of how I do it. So on the membership section of my channel, I'm going to do the training videos, and you guys are going to get everything, groundwork, riding, everything, and they'll be shorter videos, and they'll only be able to be viewed by members. Lucy, thank you so much. We just got our first super chat for the day. Lucy, that is so awesome. I really appreciate it. And just so you guys know, any super chats that come through or any PayPal that comes through, my PayPal's down in my description, because some people have asked for me to include that. But anything that is sent during my videos and such, 100% goes towards me buying new equipment so I can give you better quality content. So I can become more efficient and I can get more stuff out to you that is going to be way cooler than my old iPhone can provide. So a lot of people are asking about how much the memberships will be, and I am thinking that they are probably, well, they're going to be under $10. So I have the ability to do 3 different tiers, and I'm not sure if I should do 3 different tiers or if I should just do 1 and then include everything in that. So maybe you guys could let me know. Another thing I can do is I can do a poll in the community tab and have you guys vote on it. So that would be something cool too. Now, so my members are going to be like my like hardcore folks who watch all the time and have a lot of input as to what I do. So if I have ideas of something I want to do on my channel, I'm going to go to my members first. You guys are the ones that are going to help me out and help me make those decisions and decide what content I should be putting out and that sort of stuff. So that's a little tidbit on membership. So watch for that. It's coming hopefully soon. So I'm working on that, trying to get it all figured out. So, okay, let's see. So now I want to talk about the daily live streams. And I'm considering making a few changes with that too. Right now, I'm trying to do them around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm always late. It just is what it is. Like today, my daughter had an online appointment at 3 o'clock, so there was no option of me getting on any sooner. So, and you guys have all seen what the last 16 days have been like, you know, the things that I do prior to my live streams. But I'm considering changing it to an earlier time. You know, maybe noon, 1 o'clock. So I do want to know, time-wise, does that work for everybody? Because I want to keep going with these, and I want to get as many people involved in them as possible. So if I did it 2 to 3 hours earlier, would that work for you? So leave a comment. You can even leave that in the chat. That's fine, because I'll probably be able to go back and watch this and see what you guys say. So, and then also, another thought is, I have so many videos to edit, you guys. I have so many videos to edit and so much to give you. Jean, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Jean just super chatted $50. That's awesome. That is so fantastic. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, with the live streams, I think doing them Monday through Friday is what I'm gonna change. And since I have so many videos to edit, I can use the weekends to get you guys a couple of videos on the weekends. So you'd still be getting a video pretty much every day. And that way I can just get out all that other content that I need to edit to you that way. So let me know what you guys think about that. And because I'm feeling like right now I'm not doing enough editing. So I need to figure out how to do more editing. And I think that'll help. So I also want to talk to you too about today I got so many nice messages from so many people. All my students are heartbroken. Not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. And then I look over there and I had, I cut Miss Kitty's forelock off and it's hanging in the corner of my room. So I just looked over there and I saw it. So, but I have a lot of students who are heartbroken. She touched a lot of people's lives. And I've been getting some really amazing messages today. And I have some people who've been sending me pictures of her and immediate tears. And this is going to happen to me for quite some time. And like with Poco, for instance, like I thought I was okay. And then like something would come up, you know. Well, the hardest thing is when somebody would ask me, who's Poco? And I'm like, how could you not know who Poco is? Oh my gosh. And then, you know, I realized that it had been some time. And all my new students that came in didn't know him. And so that was hard for me. And the same thing's going to happen with Miss Kitty, because now I'm going to have this whole flood of new students once we can go back to being in the barn again. And there's all these people that aren't going to know who she is, and that's going to be super hard. So what I need to do, though, is I need to give you guys more of her, because I think that'll help me. And I have so many special things to share about her. And I think I need to just get that out there. And I think if I work on that kind of stuff with her, then maybe I can work on some stuff about Poco to share with you guys too. So this is, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get stuff out too. But with Miss Kitty, I feel like, you know, you guys know that I love the playlists a whole bunch. I like them to be like a story and everything in like chronological order. So with Miss Kitty's playlist, I want to keep adding things in there. And like I said yesterday, I'm gonna continue to tell you, because you guys don't know everything that's happened from, you guys don't know everything that's happened from like December to beginning of March. I didn't share any of that with you. And I don't have a ton of footage from that time, but I do have some really important stuff. So I am going to share those with you. So those are coming. And so don't get confused if you're seeing videos about Miss Kitty. They're all going into her playlist. And that way, whenever I do get new students in and they're like, well, who's Miss Kitty? I can share her playlist with them and they can just watch everything about her. And I think it'll be a really educational experience for people. And then her legacy will continue. So I think it will be really, really good. Okay, so let's see. I'm reading my notes. I got some notes here to get through. So speaking of like all the pictures and stuff that people have sent me, Amelia, I was thinking about it, and Amelia, the one who draws all the pictures for the t-shirts and stuff that I have in my online store. If you're not familiar with how to reach, here's one of my shirts right here with my logo. This one's super comfy, the long sleeve. I love this one. And it's in my online store, which is located in the description below. You can find that link to Teespring. And anyway, so Amelia draws pictures of, I've got Nika and Manzer and Bear on there for sure. I can't remember who else is. Petra's on there. And she drew Miss Kitty. So I have one drawing of Miss Kitty so far, but we're going to do a few of Miss Kitty to put on shirts and tote bags and mugs and whatever else. And I was thinking of doing something since the, what is it called? Hearts for Hope right now. There's a big, everybody's putting hearts in their windows and doing all kinds of stuff, but I kind of want to do a picture of Miss Kitty with a heart. Amelia will come up with something perfect, and we can put that on a shirt because I think that'll be really special. So anyway, that stuff is coming soon. I'm working on that. I got all this stuff that I can work on right now and get out there. So just know that that's coming. And I did get Nellie's picture figured out too. So Nellie's picture is going to be going on some shirts within, I would say within a week. Give me a week and I'll have a couple things up there. So, oh, Susie, that would be amazing. That would be so amazing. I can even send you a couple pictures of her. If that, I mean, you've seen her, but yeah, that would be super, super cool. Susie is a pretty amazing artist. She has sent me some really cool things so far. Some different pictures of different things that she's done, and she is a great artist. Masters Equine, I do not have a P.O. box yet, but I need to do that because I've had a lot of people ask. So yeah, and if anybody wants to draw Miss Kitty, oh my gosh, please send me those. I would love to see them. That's really awesome. So, all right, and then let's see. Sorry, I got to read my notes here. Oh, another thing too, since you guys have been sending me these emails about yourselves, thank you, Stacy. That is so kind of you. That's awesome. Edie, yes, Miss Kitty was like so classy. That's the only way to explain her, is she's classy. She's a classy diva. And even when we were burying her, just looking at her, I'm like, she's majestic even when she's dead. She was a gorgeous horse, and everything about her is just awesome. She was just very, very much a classy horse. So, but anyway, I've really loved hearing your stories and what you guys have been telling me about yourselves and your horses. And gosh, I've chatted with a few of you so much that, it's pretty cool. It's really, really neat. And I hope that I get the opportunity someday to meet some of you. But so with that being said, if I don't get to your email, just know that I more than likely read it, and I'm going through those, and so just know that I appreciate that. And then as far as your comments too that you guys are leaving on my videos, I'm getting I get a lot of them, and I love them. I love reading comments. Absolutely love it. And just know that I read all of them. So please keep sending them. I try to respond, but I don't always have time to get through all of them as far as responding goes, but I try to at least give you guys a little heart, show you that I read it and I appreciate it. So, but I have an idea for how we can all kind of connect a little bit better too, because it seems like to me we've kind of developed this really cool community of like-minded people who just love horses and want to share our experiences, and I really love that. And like I said, I want to see more pictures and I want to help and all that. So I have a business page on Facebook, but that is kind of hard because you can like a business page, but do you guys have this problem where you just kind of never see anything about that page again? Like you have to remember to go to that page to check it out. And it's not really where other people can comment or anything. So, I mean, you can like post pictures and stuff. So I have that, but I'm not a fan of it. So I think I am going to open up a group page. I'm not sure what to call it. I've kind of started one, but I don't know if I want to call it Versatile Horsemanship Community or whatever. But make it so all of you guys can post on there. If you've got a specific situation you want to talk about, or just introduce yourself with a picture of your horse, or just I will post random things on there like quotes or ideas, or different things that I feel are important for other people to see. So that is in the works as well. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Just another way to sort of connect. So you guys let me know what you think about that, okay? I would really appreciate your feedback. Now, let me see. I think that might be everything that I needed to get through. Yeah, and these like I said, these live streams are going to continue on until life changes. So as soon as things go, I don't even want to say back to normal, because is there really a normal? But as things kind of change again, that's when I'll kind of taper off from doing the live streams so much. So, okay. And also those of you who are on Instagram, I am on Instagram as well. And I try to share pictures on there as frequently as I can. So, okay. Are you guys ready? Shoot some questions at me. I'm ready. I'm trying to read as fast as I can. Yeah, the stay-at-home thing is extended until April 30th, and I know, it may be longer than that. So I'm planning on continuing to do this until at least April 30th. Yeah, exactly, Donna. That's my thought, is just to make it so, and we can always go back and look at it. So, and I can have things shared in like files and everything on there, and you guys can go back and view pictures. I think that'd be pretty cool. Miss Kitty she would have been 27 June 15th. I get confused. I've owned this horse her entire life, and I still get confused about what when her birthday is, because I'm pretty sure her mother was July 15th and she's June 15th. Miss Kitty's June 15th, because mine's July 12th. So I know we're all really close. But Masters Equine, I'm working on that. I'll get back to you on that. Best way to introduce horses. I have a couple videos on herd introduction, and one that I just did not long ago. So the best thing to do would be to watch that one. I like to introduce them slowly. It depends on how many horses you're dealing with, but I always like to put the new horse out in the herd or out in the area first. And I personally don't leave a halter or anything on. I just turn them out, and then I introduce the new horses in a pecking order, like the lowest on the pecking order first, and then I work my way up to the herd leader. That's how I introduce them. But I do have a great video that shows all that in depth, if you want to check that out. Let's see. And suddenly, like, nothing's going on with my chat now. So, last night after the live stream yesterday, my husband went out and hold on, I gotta read this. Okay. I'll get back to that question in a second. After everything happened last night, and did you guys see me get sucked into the hole? Like, I got swallowed up into the hole, and my husband did too. And I'm so thankful that we didn't, you know, that was scary. But something I was really worried about is the horses, because I don't want any of the horses going back there and falling in that hole. So that was a big concern of mine. So last night, Jason and my father-in-law went out and they sectioned off around that spot. But it was more than even just mud. It was like a corner. The hole was kind of pie-shaped. In the one corner, the backhoe couldn't reach to fill back in. So it was like quicksand. It was all like muddy water at the top, so you really couldn't see it. So it was legit a hole, not just mud. It was pretty scary. So, but they sectioned that off last night, so now I don't have to worry about any of the horses getting in there. So somebody had asked about, what do you do if your horse seems to hate you? Well, I guess I would wonder, well, what kind of a history does the horse have, and why would it be acting that way? And is it just you, or is it other people? So there's a lot more that would go with that question. So, and that's one of those situations where I would love to see a video of you working with that horse. So Sherry, that's what I'm commenting on right now, is because there's something wrong there. Maybe there could be pain. So if you haven't factored out pain, I would definitely do that. Again, horse's history, how your approach is. Are you making it seem where that horse is? Are you maybe being where that horse feels like it needs to be the leader in this situation? There's a lot of different things that would go into that. So, Sarah, it really depends on your area. Horses, it really varies on what your terrain is like and everything, as far as how much acreage you would need for 2 horses. So I would say talk to somebody in your area who can help you out with that. Okay, so if you've got an off-the-track thoroughbred who seems to be crazy, I would recommend groundwork, and, you know, get it to where you can get some respect. Sorry guys, an alert just came through on my phone. Whoops. Yes, so how to prepare a horse to pick up its feet for the farrier. First of all, if it's a horse who's never had, let me tell you what I do with, sorry, I apologize for that. If you have a horse that hasn't had their feet handled at all, so with Ona, for instance, Ona hadn't had her feet handled at all, and so I did rope work with her feet. And I do have a video on that. If you go under Ona's playlist, you'll find a video on me working with her feet with a rope. That's the safest way to get a horse used to having their feet handled and holding them up for an extended periods of time. And I don't tie their feet up, nothing like that. It's just strictly picking up the foot, setting it down, teaching a horse to give. And you're in a situation there where you don't have to worry about getting kicked because you're far enough away from the horse. So it's a safe way for you to work with the horse's feet. So after that, though, what I do is just picking up the horse's feet and holding it. And I try to focus on the hoof more than the leg, okay? So I start at the horse's elbow or shoulder. That's where I'm standing. Say I'm picking up a front foot. I'll run my hand down the horse's leg from the elbow all the way to the chestnut, okay? That little knobby thing on the inside of the horse's leg. And I'll squeeze that chestnut until they pick up their foot, or if I need to, I run my other hand down and I'll actually kind of pull up on the hair on the back of the fetlock, okay? So I'm sorry if my audio is not matching up. If anybody's having problems with the audio or the video at all, just let me know. I'm always curious to know where it works out. So Jean, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you. But anyway, moving back to the feet. So once I get the foot picked up, I will hold on to the foot by keeping the hoof tipped up, not just the leg. I hold on to the hoof. The horse will feel a little bit less defensive if you have a hold of the hoof. And then I try to feel for the horse to be soft. So if they try to pull on me right away, I'll hold. And as soon as I feel them soften, I will let the foot back down. And I try to work it up in increments, okay? So my daughter's pony Bear, he was kind of a stinker with his feet. And it was almost like he was timing you. So he's like, okay, it takes exactly 43 seconds to get my foot cleaned out. And anything after 43 seconds, I'm done and I'll put my foot down. Basically was kind of how Bear was. So I went right back to doing rope work with his feet, and it helped so much. So definitely check out that rope work video and see if that maybe helps you out a little bit. And by all means, if you are not comfortable working with your horse, hi Rainey, if you're not comfortable working with your horse with a rope, definitely see if you can find a trainer in your area who can help you with that, okay? But I think it's good for everybody to get used to doing that. The audio is not in sync. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my connection or yours or what. How is the new puppy doing? She's good. She's sleeping. I just woke her up. So she is just such a little love. She's just been the best girl ever. She's doing really good with her potty training, and she sleeps all night. She has ever since day 2. The first night was a little bit rough for her, but gosh, after that, she's just been great. So, okay, good. I'm glad you guys are all having a good time with the audio. I'm glad it's working out. So what other questions can I answer now that we've covered? Oh, so for the back feet, it's the same thing. So, hi Cheyenne. Yeah, isn't she just adorable? And her and Stella get along so good. Okay. Oh, sunny Oregon. Lucky, so lucky. Not sunny here today. It is yuck. It is just plain yuck. Just yuck. So tomorrow, hopefully, what is tomorrow, Friday? I'm hoping tomorrow that it's nice enough to get outside and either be out in the pasture or ride. I think that would be really good. Somebody asked if Rosie, oh, thank you so much. Is it Becca? Oh, thank you. Becca, I just figured out how to turn the camera to the horses when I'm talking. So yes, I'll be doing that a lot more. So now that I know how to do that, it makes it way, way easier. So the last few videos that I've done, I've turned the camera around so you guys can see the horses instead of looking at me. I know that was kind of weird. I was trying to, it's funny because I would hold the camera like this and try to like read your comments. And then the one day when I just pushed the button, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I had no idea that I could just flip the camera, but I am not techie at all. So thank you. But Rosie is gonna be going back out into the pasture actually a little bit later today. And she was kind of like upset last night from, being alone in the arena because she's been with Miss Kitty the last few days. And so, but she got over it pretty quickly. She was okay. So somebody just asked when Manzer will get his first trim. He actually had one already, and he's right around 8 weeks out right now. So he's going to be getting another one really soon. So, let's see. I'm just watching comments, guys. I'm trying to read. Rainey, I didn't catch your question at all, so I'm sorry. You're going to have to post that again. But yeah, Rosie last night was ripping around the arena. She's turning great. She's doing really good. Horse doesn't stand still when you put the saddle on. Yes. So you want to make sure that your horse, you want to sack them out a little bit more. What I mean by that is don't do it while they're tied. So just hold on to your horse, take your saddle pad, and just put your saddle pad on and off and on and off and on and off, and just keep doing that until your horse stands nice and still, okay? And I like to work with my horse putting the saddle on without them being tied, because I can control their feet, okay? So if your horse is moving their feet, just put their feet to work a little bit. Work on backing them up, bringing them forward, sending them around you in a circle. Get their feet kind of busy to the point where then they want to stand. And I don't mean running them around in circles. That's not going to get you anywhere. So, but putting some quality into the work with their feet. Okay, how should I start, Doc, on learning how to lunge again? He stands there. Okay, Rainey, I'll talk about that in a little bit. So once you can get the saddle pad on and off without your horse moving, and you can use other objects as well. So yes, I do have videos on hoof trimming, and I have a playlist just on trimming. So you can go and check out that playlist and find my other videos. So, but keep working on putting this saddle on and put the saddle up, take it off, and just get used to that. And if you have a really heavy saddle, like mine is really heavy, I'll work with like a kid's saddle or something that's lighter to take on and off, or a bareback pad, anything like that. And just really focus on doing some quality work with the feet. Don't get upset with the horse. They just simply don't know. So it takes a lot of time to get them used to it. And suddenly they'll be like, you know, it's just so much easier if I stand here. She doesn't ask me to go anywhere if I just stand here. But if I start moving my feet, then yeah. So, all right. So Rainey, you said that you can't get your horse to go around you in a circle, okay? So basically what you're probably doing is you're probably giving him a release when he does the wrong thing, all right? So, and this is where having a flag or even a lunge whip or something is handy, because it's simply an extension of your arm. What I don't like to see, though, is when people are unnecessarily using either the tail of your rope or a flag or a whip or anything like that. Stand your ground. Something that I'll do a lot of times, especially with kids, is in my arena, I have all those big spools. You guys have probably seen, they're just like a big wooden spool for wire. And I have 5 of them. I'll roll those all out into the arena, and I have everybody that's in the lesson stand on one. Because that really teaches people, hey, don't move your feet or you're going to fall off. So it's a good reminder to just stay put, because a lot of people will be walking their feet backwards or, you know, doing something that gets confusing to the horse. But if you're standing on a spool, and like I said, it's a big spool, they're like 3 feet in diameter, so you got plenty of space to walk around on, and you take your rope and you point the direction you want your horse to go. I want my horse to feel where I want them to go. So there needs to be a little feel on that rope directing them where I want them to go. And then the flag or whip works as an extension of my arm, and I direct it at the horse's hind end to get going, okay? So it's really important, though, that you don't just step towards your horse's hip and twirl your rope or do something, because they're just going to simply keep twirling their hind end away from you. You want to drive them away, okay? So being on top of those spools is nice, too, for like a smaller person, because the horse isn't so intimidating and can't encroach your space. So it kind of keeps you safe from the horse bumping into you. So that's what I'd recommend. So just don't stop asking them to go until they actually go. So if you quit too soon, your horse is going to learn that, well, they're just going to sit and twirl a rope at me or stand here and like bump me with a stick, and they won't go. So that's my recommendation. And Rainey, next time you're here, we can certainly work on that. But keep your feet still, okay? You're welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Is it Layla? I can't see. I need glasses. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Layla it's either Leela or Layla. I'm not positive how to say it, but it just sent $25, and that is super awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome, guys. And holy cow, is that right? We're up to $192? Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Is that right? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little flabbergasted oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Holy cow. Wow, guys, this is officially the most that I've ever gotten a super chat. That is really, really amazing. So I have to tell you that, so YouTube takes 30% of all the super chats. Becca, that is so amazing. And if I didn't recognize, I know that I recognize you, but I don't know if I recognize the amount. And so that is so kind. That is so nice of you. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. But so YouTube will keep 30% of all that. So after I sit and look at what, thank you, Jay. That is so nice of you. Oh my gosh, we're at $200. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. That is very, very nice. I really appreciate it. Yes, I'm gonna have all my equipment by the time the Corona Chronicles are over with. Oh my gosh. But you guys are making me tear up here. So the Pixio camera that I've been looking at is 800 and something. And so I have to look and see, because you guys have been ridiculously generous with all of this, and I have to see exactly where I'm at. And so towards the end of April is when I will get that money. And that's when I can look at like what I can buy. So that's super awesome. Kevin, you said, how do you get people to subscribe to your YouTube channel? Well, it's all about the content that you post. So that's what I've from my experience. So if people enjoy the content, they subscribe. That's what I found anyway. And it's been, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I have no idea how to say that, but thank you so much for that. That is so nice. $10.99 there. Hi, Violet. But I have to tell you guys, okay, so a year ago, just over a year ago, so March 2019, Danny and Katie and I went to Canada to visit with Day by Day Vlogs. And a lot of you have come along with for that whole journey. And Kirsten, oh, thank you, Kirsten. That is so nice of you. So Rainey, yes, you may bring your horse for a lesson anytime, for sure, after we're all out of quarantine. So when we went to Canada, I had 660 subscribers. And on my way home from Canada, I hit 1,000 subscribers. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in order to become monetized. So my channel became monetized because I already had the watch time. My channel had plenty of watch time. I just didn't have enough subscribers. So I got all the subscribers I needed after the trip to Canada, and then my channel became monetized the end of April. So the end of April last year, so it was April 24th that my channel became monetized. So not quite 1 year ago, I had 1,000 subscribers. And it has gone to, I have 12,600 subscribers as of right now. And I'm like, how did that happen in less than 1 year? Oh my gosh, that is crazy. So my goal for 2020, because I am a firm believer in setting goals. Whatever it is that you guys do, write it down, tell somebody. If you tell somebody what your goal is, I feel like I hold myself more accountable to it. But so that's my goal. And so to get more subscribers, I guess putting more content out there, trying to make better content, and simply just letting people know that that's how that works. And so yes, I appreciate every single one of you who have subscribed. You've helped me out a ton. So we're going for 20,000 subscribers at the end of 2020. So that's my goal. And I think it might happen. And if it doesn't, that's okay, but at least I made an effort. Thank you, Jamie. That's really awesome. Oh, that's so cool that you don't have horses, but you enjoy my channel. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. That's super cool. And that's kind of what I hope with my channel, is to not just make it, I know I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like, Shauna, that's awesome, that they don't like a lot of adults horse channels because there's not enough like just random horse interaction and stuff like that. There's so many training channels. And so I try to just give you guys like a look at what life is like with horses. So I I hope that there's something out there for everybody that I post, and or any animal lover I think can maybe find some value, because we're all just looking at a bunch of really cool horses. So, and that makes it, I think, super fun. So I even have, oh my gosh, I have so many videos from summer to share with you guys, some funny things. There was one day my husband told me, he's like, you need to make a video of this. Or he walked up and he's like, are you videoing this? Because you should be. But we had, our chickens had, we thought maybe they might have scaly leg mites. But we weren't sure. But the only thing you can do is like, got to treat them for it. So my daughter and I were bathing all of our chickens. And have you ever seen a chicken get a bath? It was so funny. It was so funny. And Tova and I were just laughing so hard. And Jason's like, yeah, you really need to be videoing this. So we were, he videoed us bathing chickens, and oh, it was just a hoot. So I do have that kind of stuff on video too that I am eventually going to throw out there, because I know there'll be a few people at least who might enjoy seeing that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys very much for, I don't know, I think of it as, well, this is kind of this is what I do, and it's kind of boring, in my opinion. I mean, I don't really look at it as being all that exciting, what I do, but, you know, it's life with horses. I can't imagine any other way. So, I'm good, Violet. How are you doing today? Violet's joining us, and Violet is the one who has been, has leased Miss Kitty for quite some time now. So I think I'm gonna, I got a lot of videos of Violet and Miss Kitty, so I'm gonna have to make a video just for them. I think that would be pretty cool. So, but yeah, there's, oh gosh, there's videos of all kinds of stuff. Hi, Ava. Hi, Nikki. It's awesome that we got everybody here. That's so cool. Yeah, that's really awesome, Susie. You know, and that's, I guess, you know, if it's something that you used to do in your past, riding horses and having horses and whatever else, and now to be kind of live vicariously through these videos, I think that is really, really, really cool, and I'm happy to take you along for the ride. Yeah, the chicken bath has got to come. I'll get to that. It was funny. It was super funny. Do I have any advice for people with confidence issues? Yes, and I just did a big talk on that the other day. So I'm going to tell you how to find that video, and it is, I think it's called Finding Confidence with Horses, or hanging on to your confidence, something like that. I just did it a few days ago, or a week ago, maybe something like that. So if you go into my playlists, and if you go into the live stream playlist, you'll find it. It's down in there, but I talked about a few different situations that I think might be helpful for you. And but if you watch that, you've got questions, send me an email, ask me your questions, and maybe I'll do a video on that too, on whatever your questions are about it. So I think we all struggle with confidence now and again, and in different ways, and we can all help each other in one way, shape, or form. So this puppy is just out. Confidence, how to hang on to it. That's right. I couldn't remember. How did Hot Sauce get her name? Oh, Tova was 3 or 4. And I don't know. She just named her Hot Sauce. How a 3 or 4-year-old kid comes up with the name Hot Sauce, I have no idea. But it was adorable. So Hot Sauce and Tova were very, very, very good friends. She was the best chicken ever. It was really sad when we lost her. And you know, it seems like if you have chickens, all the best chickens are the ones that you lose first. And I think it's because they love to be around people, and maybe they don't quite have the flight instinct that they should have. Maybe that's why they're so friendly. I don't know, but we've lost all of our best chickens, unfortunately. So, yeah, the neighbor's dog got out one time and terrorized our flock and killed my favorite chicken, and then injured 2 others. And Hot Sauce was actually one of the chickens that got injured. And this dog, it was a like a, I don't know, it was a big fluffy white one anyway. It got a hold of Hot Sauce and had her pinned against a fence, and my husband happened to run up there and stop the dog from terrorizing Hot Sauce, but her whole back was ripped open, and I can't believe that we managed to save her. Her and one other chicken were injured about the same, and you could see bone, and we managed to save these darn chickens, and they were both so Hot Sauce, and the other one was oh my gosh, what was her name? I can't remember at the moment because my kids changed it. I don't remember. But anyway, so Hot Sauce and this other chicken were super, super friendly. And yeah, they both now have passed. But yeah, the one whose name I cannot remember at the moment, and as soon as I hang up, I'm going to remember exactly what her name is. But she had some sort of like respiratory issue and she couldn't swallow. And we ended up taking her to the vet. Spent $80 some on this chicken for the vet, and brought her home, gave her her medicine, and she lasted like a day. She died. We were so sad when she died. But it's like, gosh, our chickens are our pets, and we collect the eggs. We don't raise chickens for meat, but we do eat chicken, but we buy chicken from the store. We don't eat our chickens because they're pets. I can't eat my pets. I just can't do that. So, okay, so somebody asked me, Susan asked me, if I did not do what I do, what job would I do? Do I have that right? Like, what would I do if I wasn't a horse person? Well, I don't know. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. Personally, I just really can't tell. And actually, somebody asked that question on something, and someone else responded and said that my job would be to write the quotes that are on the tea bags that I drink. And I thought that was really funny because I drink yogi tea, and I like the Perfect Energy, and there's always a really fun quote on the tea bag. So yeah, somebody said that I would write those quotes, and hey, yeah, it sounds like a fun job to me, but I don't know. I really don't know. At one point in time, I thought I was going to be an elementary teacher. So I'm glad that I didn't do that. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a school bus driver or a race car driver. I actually did race car. But let's see. So I'm just reading the comments here, guys. I'm sorry for any like dead space. I try to talk while there's like dead space, but then a question will pop up and I get distracted, so I apologize for that. So as far as other animals, we have the cats, and oh gosh, I have so many cat videos too. That's something that I'll occasionally incorporate, but I know like the majority of my channel wants to see the horses, but I do have some really fun cat videos. Lila, when she was a kitten, she got attacked pretty bad by Clover. Those cats are so mean to each other. And so I have video of taking Lila into the vet and stuff like that. So I have all those videos. Really, really good stuff. And then the two dogs. So leasing a horse. So Rainey wants to know about leasing a horse. I apologize. My phone, I'm down to 20% battery. So I'll go for a few more minutes and then we'll be done because I don't have the battery up here today. But leasing a horse, here's how that works for me. I only lease my horses to riders who can improve a horse. So I need my horses to be ridden in between lessons, basically because when I'm giving lessons on my horses, I'm working usually with riders who are, you know, more beginners, depending on the situation, whatever. But my horses are ridden by a lot of beginners. And so if my horses are ridden by beginners all the time, basically if you look at it, a horse is only as good as its rider. So if a horse is always going to be ridden by beginner riders, the horse's training level is going to kind of come down to their level. So I want more advanced riders riding my horses in between so they can make the horse's training level stay where it's at, all right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So when I know that somebody's interested in leasing one of my horses, I take that into consideration, and then I say, is this rider going to improve the horse, or is this rider going to make it worse? Because I've done both ways. And when I have riders on who continue to take lessons and learn in every way that they can, the horse stays good, okay? But when I'm leasing a horse to somebody who maybe makes a lot of mistakes or just doesn't have enough knowledge, the horse starts to develop a lot of bad habits really quickly. So I'm pretty particular about that sort of thing. So if you are interested in leasing a horse, my recommendation is you've got to do lessons and make sure that you're ready for it before I commit to doing something like that. So that's my recommendation. Okay, and then somebody asked about who my favorite horse is, and I don't know. I love all my horses in different ways. So there's some, like, I would love to just have Bear come and hang out in my house with me. Like, Bear is so sweet and cuddly, and it's just, I just love to snuggle with him. He loves attention, so that's really fun. There's Blossom is super fun to ride, and she's so smart, and there's so much going on with her that I just love. I adore Nika because we have such a history and have done so many things together. Manzer, of course, I adore him. Annabelle, I love riding her. There's just Nakona, she's awesome too. I could name every single one of them right now, and that's kind of where I'm going. But I don't, I can't say which one's my favorite because it just really depends on what I'm doing. So I like all the horses, but it just depends on what I'm doing with them. Yeah, I love them all for various reasons. It's kind of like my students, for instance. I enjoy all my students and being around all of them. And, certain students, it's like, well, if I'm going to ride with this student today, what are we going to do that's going to be the best thing for them, okay? So is that student really awesome at trail riding? Is that student really awesome in the arena? Is that student good at this or that? Or should we jump? Or it just really depends. So it's how it is. So the horses are all the same. Like, if I'm going to work on jumping, I'm probably not going to choose, I'm not going to work with Ona because, she's not even broke to ride yet. So I'm going to choose the horse that I feel is going to give me the best experience with jumping. So, and I used to ride Nakona quite a bit for that, but since our big crash, and just some other reasons, I've started jumping Blossom, and Blossom is really fun to jump, and she's loves it, so I would maybe choose her instead of choosing Nakona, so there's all kinds. If I'm going to barrel race, I'm going to choose Nika because she's the one that's really good at it. So it's just, it just depends. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, cool. Thank you, Caitlin. I can't wait to see it. I'll check it out. Jumping is so much fun, Violet. I'm really glad that you're getting to jump where you're at. That's awesome. It's super cool, and there's so much that's involved with it. So you've got to, there's so many details, and I like all the details. That's really fun for me. So yeah, to answer your question, they're all my favorites. I love them all. Certain ones are, heart horses, and that's a little different. Having a heart horse is different. Like Poco was 100% heart horse. And, with Miss Kitty, she's an incredibly special horse. But it's a little bit different, I guess. Like Poco was like my main squeeze, and Miss Kitty was like she's a family member, she's been with us for so long, and it's just different. But I kind of stopped riding Miss Kitty early on. Like I rode her exclusively till she was about 8 years old, and then I started using her for some lessons, but not many. And I competed on her a bit. Miss Kitty's big thing was team penning. Oh, she was so good at that, and we had a lot of fun. But then she became a lesson horse, and she was primarily a lesson horse, and we didn't have that job, that we did together anymore. Where I look at Nika, Nika's definitely a heart horse. Nika, I've ridden her exclusively, and she's definitely a heart horse. And but it's just different. It's just different, you know. So that's kind of how it works. It's just they're all very, very different. It doesn't make them any least special, but there's ones that just have different qualities that makes you really connect to them. Just like a teacher, you know. So think about teachers that have really stood out to you. And, you know, maybe you've had other teachers that are really great, but they didn't just stand out the same. So yeah. How do I determine if a horse is going to be a personal horse or not? Well, you know, and as I get older and learn more, because I'm still learning, of course, and I feel like I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned a lot from those mistakes. So I try to keep a horse as my personal horse now as long as possible. So Petra, for instance, Petra was new into my program, and as of my husband's texting me, sorry guys. So Petra, I was planning on her just being mine, okay? So I rode Petra exclusively for 4 years, and then made the decision after that that she would be best off being a lesson horse. And the thing is, I am so glad that I rode her for 4 years exclusively, because her training level is so much higher than so many of my other lesson horses. And that was really, really important. So where with some other horses, like Rain was one of my lesson horses, and I used her really early for lessons, and she did develop a lot of bad habits, and could have been maybe a little softer with certain things, and you know, whatever, but she was so good, like she was so suitable as a beginner horse, but she didn't have as much training as she should have when I started using her for lessons. So it just took longer to develop her, because every time she was used for lessons, she was set back a little bit. So now moving forward, you know, and I also have like Cinnamon. Let's use Cinnamon as an example. I got her from a client. She was boarded at my place, and I really should have spent more time on Cinnamon, correcting some habits and just kind of furthering her education before using her as a lesson horse. But it's working out fine. She's a lot of people's really, really favorite horse for sure. But I feel like she could know so much more. So that's kind of the way I look at it. So somebody asked about Manzer becoming a lesson horse, and I have no intentions of that whatsoever, but things could change. Maybe, you know, he ends up being one someday for whatever reason, but I'm looking at him as being one of my personal horses. So it just depends. It depends on the horse. The horse will tell me if they're meant to be a lesson horse or not. But moving forward, I will make sure that I get as much time as possible on a horse, so they get as much training as they can prior to being ridden by other riders. And then being really particular too about who rides them at first, keeping it to more advanced riders, and then adding in more beginners as they can. Hi Lottie. So what else was I was just gonna say, like Nakona, for instance. Nakona was used as a lesson horse and shouldn't have been. I learned my lesson with her. She developed a lot of bad habits, and so now she's my personal horse, and that's how it is. Somebody else is asking about, what do we do with all the manure? Oh my gosh, we have so much manure. And I figured out how many piles of manure we get in a day, and it's like 200 and something ridiculous piles of manure. Every horse poops 8 to 12 times a day. And some horses poop as much as 45 pounds of manure in a day. That is a lot of poop. And we have a poop carpet right now, absolutely. So what we do after everything is dry, because there's no sense in trying to pick anything up now. It's all ice underneath, and actually it's safer for the horses to have, my husband is texting me. He's like, we're going to start heating our house with it. Yuck. Could you imagine? Well, actually, that would be genius. Totally genius. If we could figure out a way to heat our house with horse poop. Huh, maybe you're onto something, Jason. I know that there's a barn locally that keeps their water lines from freezing to their barn by putting their manure pile on top where their water lines go. So, and yes, Violet, I'm still waiting on that. So you gotta like work on that, would you? So anyway, but here's what we do is after the ground is dry, which takes forever here. Okay, so sorry about that. My phone's telling me I have 10% battery. So once the ground is dry, which takes forever here, what we do is we start picking it up. Some of it we pick by hand. Thank you, Lottie. That is so kind of you. Yes, that helps so much. We are at $218 today, guys. I can't even believe it. I cannot believe it. You guys are awesome. So awesome. So, but anyway, we scoop up some of it by hand, you know, the stuff that's easy to pick up by hand around the gates and stuff, we do that. But I have a cousin who has a bobcat and he comes and scrapes it all up. And I do have video from that last year when we did it, and we just pile it, and we've got somebody that'll take it. And we got to figure out a better system for that because we produce way more than, like, we could take dump trailers out at a time. And so we got to get a better system this summer for getting it out of here because we got some piles that have composted for quite some time, and there's a lot of it. But so any gardeners love horse poop, and we've got the stuff that's been composting for a couple years, and so it's black. Oh, it is the best for gardeners. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, and I use it in my garden, and it's awesome. You know, Tracy, bag it and sell it. I just want people to come take it. There's so much. I told my kids that's something that they could do as like a fundraiser, because my kids, my daughter especially, is a little entrepreneur. You know, she paints rocks and sells them. She'll sit in front of my barn with a little stand on days where it's super busy here, and she will sell rocks like it's going out of style. There was one day last year, I think she made $12 selling rocks, and she was asking like 25 to 50 cents. It's crazy. So she's a little entrepreneur, but for her, you know, if I take old feed bags, which everybody's got tons of feed bags laying around, she could take the composted manure and fill the feed bags, and we could take baler twine, tie it shut, and she could sell those for like $2 a bag, and she'd probably make a little fortune, you know, because it's super convenient. But I have a lot of people that come and they just fill up a trailer or whatever, and they can have it because we got so much. So, all right, guys. Well, yes, thank you, Susie. Yes, email me. Let me know that. I would really like to hear that. So I appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, hopefully tomorrow we can ride. And I do have a topic for a video, a special video that I want to do real soon. Let's see. So, sorry, I'm reading comments. I love reading your comments. My email is listed in the comments down below, or not the comments, the description. If you go down in the video description, there's a link to Facebook, there's a link to Instagram, email, all that is down below. So go ahead and check that out. I appreciate it. But I'm going to do a video this week sometime or within the next week about paying it forward. And that's going to be a good video to watch. So I don't know, I'll do that one tomorrow, maybe a riding video. I'd rather do a riding video tomorrow, but the pay it forward one's coming soon. So this weekend, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday there will not be a live stream. So I'm going to take the weekend off from doing that, and that's how it's going to be moving forward. So live streams Monday through Friday, and hopefully, hi Lilia, how are you? I'm good. And hopefully I can get videos to you guys on Saturdays and Sundays from all the stuff I have to catch up on. So who am I riding tomorrow? I don't know yet. It's going to be a surprise, I think. We'll see. Whichever horse is the cleanest. So I don't have to groom them as much. So maybe I'll just go out and check everybody out first. So we'll see. Or maybe I'll just do groundwork with Sally. Or maybe I'll just bring the whole herd in and let them run around in the arena. Be crazy. We'll do something fun, okay? All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.